Namaste. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the symbol tiger, which we can see in dreams or in visions when we are undergoing the Kundalini or spiritual awakening processes. What does it mean at uh, different stages of your process is what I'm going to talk about today. Spiritual awakening process is where all the fragmentation within us comes into unity. All the division within us at various levels, it gets consolidated. We become a unified being. I speak about the mind being divided. In a normal person, it is divided into the conscious, subconscious, and the unconscious mind. Conscious mind is where you use your mind in your wakeful state. Subconscious mind stores everything about you over many lifetimes. Our subconscious fears, pain, the belief systems we hold on to that influence how we behave, how we make decisions. It all comes from the darker aspects of our mind, which is a subconscious mind, which is closed, and we are not able to access this area in a wakeful state. But this area actually influences how we live our life. And much deeper than that is the unconscious mind. This is the area where much deeper aspects within us at the collective conscious level exist. For example, the collective conscious mind, which has the knowledge and data of the entire humanity, it exists at this level. The animals that we see in our dreams, they are coming from the unconscious mind. This is where the myths, the legends, the images, everything that affect us at the personal level and at a spiritual level, all those things come from the much deeper unconscious mind. So tiger, when you see it, it is a symbol of the unconscious mind. This can represent a lot of things. It can represent power, it can represent the raw animalistic tendencies within you. It can represent the unacknowledged fears and emotions, intense animalistic emotions within you. It can even represent power, courage. It can even represent how you are facing challenges in your life. Are you running away from challenges or are you facing challenges? Most of all, the tiger represents powerful emotions. And these aggressive impulses, this raw, destructible force that is there within you, which can destroy you, or you can even use it to destroy others around you if this behavior goes unchecked. These type of tendencies that exist in an average human, this comes out as the tiger in our dreams or visions when we are undergoing a spiritual awakening process. And at a different level, the tiger can come out in our dream in a different way. Sometimes it might be that raw force, and at another level, it can be a very peaceful animal just sitting by your side. But no matter what, tiger is considered to be a good luck if you see it in dreams, because power, courage, all these things are linked with tiger. Even riches are linked to tiger. But apart from that, in a spiritual awakening process, the meanings do change, because not everybody on earth is undergoing a spiritual awakening process. When they see a tiger, when an unawakened person sees a tiger, it is a different thing. But when we are undergoing a spiritual awakening journey and we see a tiger, it can represent a lot of things with regard to our mind, our inner fears, our emotional struggles. A lot of it is coming out to the surface to be dealt with. And this is now happening consciously within us. And that is what the tiger represents. This is the picture of Lord Shiva. You can see that he is sitting on the tiger skin. Why does he sit on the tiger skin? The Tiger, as I said earlier, represents the raw animalistic tendencies within us. These raw animalistic tendencies are present in every human. And until and unless we override these raw tendencies within us, we cannot become a divine being. A spiritual awakening or a Kundalini awakening process is a transformatory process. You become a divine being. You overcome all the animalistic tendencies that exist within you in the form of unnecessary aggression, in the form of fears, in the form of the destructive force which wants to destroy things around it, that envy. All these are very deep emotional states. And these are very powerful emotional states. And when we are undergoing these states, when we are releasing these states, especially when we are working through our emotional body, where all this stuff is stored, when we are working through that area, we are in that zone where it's like we are standing in midst of a tornado of emotions, and we are trying to find a grounding space in that chaos. Everything falls apart in our life, and we have to stand there and face our fears, face our emotions. We have nowhere to run to. That is a very difficult phase everybody has to go through. It can happen in cycles. It, but for few, these cycles can be very long drawn, where they can be in those phases for maybe months or years together at a stretch, depending on how much karmic baggage they carry, how much they need to process. And once all this comes out, the animalistic drives within them, they're getting released in a much, constructive way rather than a destructive way. And this is a necessary part of healing in a spiritual awakening process. So here you will see Lord Shiva sitting on the tiger skin. What does that mean? He's sitting on the tiger skin, so he has the animalistic tendencies under his control. They do not rule him. That is why he is a divine being. So by the time our spiritual transformation is over, we also are in control of our animalistic tendencies, or rather everything has come to light. You are aware of it, and now you control it. It no longer controls you. So when we are undergoing the Kundalini or the spiritual awakening process, at various stages, as I said earlier, tiger can be part of your dreams or visions also. My first experience with the tiger was I can say about 6 to 7 years before my Kundalini awakening happened. I saw the tiger, and this was when I was sleeping in the middle of the night. I felt somebody tapping on my feet. I suddenly woke up, and in the dark room, on the white wall next to my bed, I saw a face coming out of it. A white face was emerging from that wall towards me, and suddenly that face turned into a tiger, and it looked like this, the way it is in the picture. But the eyes were red, and that red eyed tiger was very close to me like that, and it was just looking at me with that raw animalistic aggression that lasted for a few seconds, and suddenly everything vanished. It took me a while to recover from what I saw, because that was a shock to my system. I never expected something like that would happen to me, and I did not know whether I could, accept the idea that such things can really happen in somebody's life. So after coming out of that state of shock, I was trying to understand what happened with me. But then I had no words to describe this event to anybody. And then I went into a fear mode because I didn't understand this vision which I saw. Now, when I look back, I understand that the face that came out of the wall first was the it was an indicator to the fact that my subconscious mind will be opening shortly. And thereafter, I saw the tiger, which meant that because my subconscious mind is opening up, the raw animalistic tendencies within me will get released, and I have to face it. say about 6 months to 1 year after this, my life drastically changed. It drastically changed, and I was going into severe emotional states. I was basically a calm person, and I never understood, or I was actually surprised that, I was capable of emoting such strong emotions. That there was a lot of anger within me, there's a lot of rage within me, fear within me. There was a lot of, destructive energy within me, though I was not destroying things around me or destroying myself, but that capacity was there within me. And to know that I had this capacity within me, it was a new level of awareness about myself. I was more aware of the tendencies I had within me, and these tendencies were coming out. And I was processing all these things in my alone time, mostly questioning them, trying to understand why I was carrying this type of emotions within me. Because at that point in time, I had nobody to guide me and tell me that this is part of the unconscious mind that is coming out. And it is part of the process. Because at that point in time, I had no idea I was undergoing the process. So during that phase, after I saw the tiger, my life suddenly changed. It changed because the tiger skin which you saw Shiva's on which Lord Shiva sat down here, this even represents the cutting off the lower level vibrational tendencies from within you. That is, at one point where you see the tiger in your visions or dreams, the lower vibratory state in which you were till that point in time, that gets cut off from your life. Now you are going to work from a next vibratory state. For this reason, anything which is not in alignment with your higher vibratory state will go away from your life. And the energy of the tiger will not allow anything lower than your vibration frequency to come into your life. It is a kind of energy which shuts down lower vibrational things suddenly from your life. There's a sudden shift. So immediately after this, my life had a sudden shift. My place of stay changed. My job changed. The people in my life changed. Like everything got changed within a matter of 6 months. I was in a new place, and everything about my older self suddenly went away from my life. And I was in this place where now a lot of severe, strong emotions were surfacing. And even the external events that I experienced at that phase in life were allowing these emotions to come out. This was what happened with me when I saw the tiger for the first time. So a lot of repressed stuff comes out. Apart from that, within that chaos, you find that at some point you're able to ground yourself because of your inner courage, your inner strength, your inner spiritual power that comes to light in the process. No matter how tough the process is, there's somewhere within you, there is a kind of a grounding energy which is allowing you to hold on to life in midst of this chaos. So you are now more aware of this inner grounding force from where you receive some kind of light, some kind of power, some kind of a courage to face things when they go tough. And at the end of the process, we overcome the animalistic tendencies within us at a very higher level. And that is when we transform into a divine being. At this level, you will see that you are riding a tiger, or you will see the tiger very peaceful. For example, in my case, I saw these twin tigers in a twilight zone with a starlit sky on the top, and the tigers were very peaceful. Now I'm seeing the entire body of the tigers. And those two tigers, I think, represented the feminine and masculine energy within me. Because In the spiritual awakening process, at various levels, the inner masculine and feminine energy starts integrating. The more we integrate it, the more we are creating a kind of a bridge for our energy to overcome the animalistic tendencies and operate from a higher level. So, at a higher level, I saw the twin tigers very peacefully sitting under the starlit sky. So, that could be reflecting my internal state at that point. The tiger, it is the vehicle of consciousness of the goddess. You will see her riding a tiger. And when you see the tiger in your dreams or vision, you can see it as the consciousness of the goddess coming into your life. This is a transmutational energy which can change you from within. And the kind of change that is required to cleanse your psyche. The tiger appearing in your dream can be a friendly tiger, it can be attacking you, it can be chasing you. When the tiger is chasing you, it is like you are facing some problems, you're frightened, and you're not able to handle the situation, so you're running away from the situation. You see it as a threat. When you're able to ride the tiger, it shows that you have that power, that courage within you to take that that emotions which are very destructive in nature under your control. So it shows that you're in charge. So depending upon the life situation you are in, depending upon the kind of dream you experience, you can link it to the repressed emotions within you, and that way you can understand these dream symbols well. But at the end of the process, you will see the tiger coming to you mostly as the vehicle of consciousness of the goddess, or you will see the tigers in a peaceful state. So you have reached a level within yourself where you could override your animalistic tendencies. And this is the place from where your energies now will transform you into a divine being. Thank you.